Okay, so now I'd like to introduce Reva, who is going to speak about her trip to Rome.
You gotta begin.
Thank you, Deb, for that wonderful speech about your trip to India. It made me want to go there too. All right. So, hello, my name is Reva, and I'm in 7th grade. First of all, can everyone in the back hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, today I'm going to talk about my trip to Italy. And I went to 3 cities there, Venice, Florence, and Rome. So, and each of them had their own unique beauty. So, when we first went to the airport, which I thought was Italy, the language that they spoke there didn't sound like Italian at all. Because when you hear Italian, you immediately know that it's Italian, not any other language. It has this kind of flow. So, I asked my dad, "Are you sure this is Italy? Are you sure we're in the right place?" Just to make sure. And when he said, "Of course it's not Italy. What did you think it was? It's Istanbul, Turkey. We're in Istanbul." And I'm like, "Wait, what? What? I didn't even know. I thought we were going to Italy." And he's like, "No, I forgot to tell you. We were going to stay in Istanbul for 2 or 3 days and then go to Italy." So when we finally got to Italy, Venice, Italy, it was the first thing I noticed when we got there was that they got around in water taxis instead of regular land taxis. And so because there was this long canal throughout Venice, which was called the Grand Canal, and they were built, so there was a canal, and then on either side there was buildings for hotels and restaurants. And then we went on the gondola, which is a very famous thing that when you tell people I'm going to Venice, they said, "Oh, make sure you go on the gondola." So a gondola is a light, flat bottomed boat with a sharp point on each side. And when we went on it, it was really nice. The waves of the water made me sleep almost. I really enjoyed the gondola ride. Yes?
How much did you pay for that ride, ma'am?
How much did I pay for that ride? First of all, I didn't pay for that ride. Some grown-up paid for it. And I think it was not that expensive.
Thank you.
So, well, even if it was, I would still go on it. So, after that, I thought, and after Venice and going on gondola, I thought it would be my favorite city in Italy. But all that changed once I got to Florence. When I got to Florence, it was a whole new world. It was much more different from Venice, which is really gray and dull, but not that it was really nice. But Florence, to give you a visual perspective, it was like a bunch of fireworks exploded in the hotel. It was like gold everywhere with bright lights and stuff. It was really nice, but it was also very different. And Florence had everything you wanted a perfect city of Italy to look like. It had frescoes, sculptures, paintings, churches, and different architecture. And when we went to Florence, we saw the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And we went on, and it was obviously located in the city of Pisa. And we went there on a tour bus, which was 10-hour long, and there's this noisy tour guide who was blabbering all the way. So, so we went over there, and it was 10 hours, and I kind of just tuned the lady out. Be like, you do your thing, and I'll do mine. So I was just sleeping the whole ride because you have nothing to do but either listen to her or stare out the window, and I chose neither. I just wanted to sleep, which I really needed that summer. So we reached Leaning Tower of Pisa, and I had a doubt in my mind that was it actually leaning, and when we got there, it sure was leaning, and I didn't even know that it was actually going to be a leaning, like it said in the title. But it was leaning, and it was leaning on a building, which I hope was empty, because it looked like it was about to fall in the building, but it hadn't fallen in a long time, so I don't think it's going to fall anytime soon. So we saw the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which was interesting because you don't, yes?
Did you make the Leaning of Tower lean?
No. Well, I did not do that. The person,
What was the question?
did I make the Leaning Tower lean? No, I didn't. Yes?
Are people allowed to climb up on the Leaning Tower nowadays?
No. They are not allowed to climb on top of the Leaning Tower. They used to be allowed to, but now for safety, they're not allowed to. So, yes?
Did you say the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Yeah, I did.
You mean the party pizza?
No, I don't mean the food pizza. That would be pretty cool though, because it's in Italy, Leaning Tower of Pizza. But, yeah?
Did you know that in the town of Saugus here, there is actually a restaurant called Leaning Tower of Pizza?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But it's actually P-I-Z-A, not Z-Z-A.
Oh.
It's pizza, not pizza. I know many of us like pizza. And people love that stuff in Italy. And here we eat 2 slices for one person. There, a whole pizza's for one person. But,
You're still skinny.
yeah, they're still
But
really
I bet
strong.
it's thin crust
Yeah,
there.
and it's
Yeah.
Yes, it is thin crust. It's not this domino pizza's cheese after cheese after cheese and bread. So there, the food was good, but it's just cheese and pasta, cheese and pasta, cheese and pasta. So we got tired, and the last few days we went to an Indian restaurant. So, okay.
There we go.
So, and then Florence was very nice. I love Florence, and if Florence was this good, I figured Rome would be a blast, which is Italy's capital. And so when we went to Rome, the first thing I noticed was the hotel had a perfect view of Italy's most famous landmark, the Colosseum. And it looked much different than it was during the history textbooks. And it made me much more eager to learn in my history teacher's class. But it was really nice, even though it was pretty much broken. It wasn't like it was before. But it was still nice. So after I unpacked all my clothes, we walked to the Colosseum, which is not more than a 5-minute walk. It was literally right across. So we went there, and it was really nice. Well, Rome was a very nice place. It was bustling, and there were so many people, and there were so many people, and it was hard to get around. The only thing which was bad about Rome, and I couldn't enjoy it as much, is that it was really hot, and we were being fried in the sun. And even the gelato, which we had twice a day, which was really good, didn't cool us down. So that was the only bad side about Rome, but otherwise I really enjoyed it. We got to see, yes?
What was the time you went? Which month?
What was the time? The question was, what was the time I went? Which month? I went during the middle of July. So that's probably why it was really hot. Even here in Massachusetts, a very cold state, it was really hot, so I knew I had to be prepared to go to Italy with a suitcase full of sunscreen. So, but it was still really hot, and I got very tan. But also, that was kind of okay. So, and then we went to see the famous Sistine Chapel ceiling, which Michelangelo painted and had hundreds of people on it. And the people were all drawn to perfection. I mean, I couldn't find any other paintings I saw that a human was drawn so well and so accurately. Like when I draw people, it turns out to look like some mutated creature. I show my person to a friend and he goes, "Oh, is that a donkey?" I'm like, okay, thanks for boosting up my self-esteem there. All right, so I can't even draw a human well, and he drew hundreds and hundreds of humans on there. But all the little kids were giggling because all the people on the Sistine Chapel were naked. So, well, that was okay. I still enjoyed it, even though there were a lot of people. But the Sistine Chapel, I wish we had more time there, because the room was pretty big, but there were people crowded to every nook and cranny of it, and there were guards, pretty much 50% of the people, and we only had 15 seconds and we had to walk like this all the way to the end. And we couldn't take pictures because it would damage the paintings. Yeah.
No, thank you, that was a nice description.
All right. After we went to Rome, we had to go back to Boston or Winchester, and we went to the airport. And before I knew it, our trip was over. And I could remember the day when we got there, and then it was over in a flash. So, well, they say when time flies by when you're having fun. So I sure had fun. So today I talked about my trip to Istanbul, Turkey, and Venice, Florence, and Rome, and Italy. I hope to go visit some of the other beautiful cities in Italy, but I hope my mom wouldn't take as many pictures, and I wouldn't get a tan.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody have questions for her? Of course, it was fairly interactive, but if you have any questions after the fact.
Oh, any questions?
Hold on.
One second.